Okay, let's talk about that first mountain, choosing your niche. It doesn't have to be scary. The niche is simply your area of focus. We want to bring it down to something we know about or want to know about. You don't have to be the expert on something to begin writing about it. Matter of fact, writing about something is a great way of learning more about it. But you do need to know what you're interested in, and you have maybe at least a bit of experience in it would be good, but the more the better. So here's some example of popular niches today. You can read them for yourself there, but from fitness and food to photography and travel. These are all very possible niches. But we don't stop there. We narrow it on down just a little bit more. We want to look at what's our specialty within that niche. That's because specialty really turns into dollar signs. Our job is to position ourselves as experts, as thought leaders, as people knowledgeable in a certain niche and a certain specialty. And as we do that, people will want to hear what we say because we have something worth saying. So, for example, if my niche is fitness, then I could narrow that down to running, right? If it's parenting, I could focus on teenagers. So here's the thing, think of it like this. You meet a stranger at a party, and what's one of the first things you're going to say is, hey, what do you do? Well, if you say, I'm a writer, they'll say, oh, really? Wait, like books? Well, no, I write advertisements. Oh, okay, so you're an ad copy person, a copywriter. Got it. So it's a narrowing down that specialty helps you better identify who you are and what you do. That's it. And again, it just takes some thought. This stuff really is looking at yourself and looking at your desires. Next, we want to know about the audience. So let's say in the fitness niche, my specialty is running, but I want to narrow it down even further. I want to focus, let's say, on senior citizens or boomers. I want to help older folks uh, get back into running or improve, maintain their health with running. Okay, so there's your niche, your specialty, your audience. I really urge you at this point, just stop this right now, this video, and write down what you're thinking for yourself in these three categories, in these three columns. What's your niche? What's your specialty? Who is your audience? Okay, next question. You know your audience. What are their problems? How are you going to determine that? Well, there's a bunch of ways. Basically, you can do research. And don't ever forget that one of the best research methods ever, ask those people. Ask them. You know people who are involved in your niche, who fit in your specialty in your audience. Ask them what they think. What are their problems? You can go to Facebook groups where they gather and see what they gripe about. You can go on Amazon and search uh, books and read the comments. There's all kinds of ways to find out what their problems are. And if you know the niche and you know the specialty, chances are you already know a bunch of those problems. So, for example, if I chose the health niche, the running as a specialty, senior citizens as my audience, here are some questions maybe senior citizens would have in that regard, right? How about security when I'm out running? What if, you know, a dog comes out and starts trying to bite me? Um, what if my knee starts hurting? Should I stop running? Should I, how do I know when something's serious when it's not? My heart rate, how How do I monitor it? How high should it be? Is 130 too much? Is 90 good enough? Where should I be? On and on and on. There's the kinds of problems that a senior citizen questions might have about running. So to show you what I mean, here's a book. I just did a search on Amazon Kindle for running for seniors. Here's a book, Running Like a Wrinkly. Uh, I looked at the comments, and here's a couple of things I pulled. So this first person says she's not that old, right? She's just in her 40s, 50s, or in her 40s, not her 50s, she says. But it's helping her with her menopause struggles. So, hey, there's a problem I certainly would have never thought of with running. How does it relate to menopause? Endorphins is something brought up there. What are endorphins? What do they? Uh, what does that mean? How about osteoporosis? What if I have osteoporosis? Can I run? Should I run? Is it a good idea? When should I go to the doctor? So it just their ideas are everywhere. You just have to. But here's the secret: by knowing your niche, your specialty, your audience, you begin to hone in and listen, and you can hear and recognize those things that concern them. So where can you sell this kind of work? Well, I'm going to show you briefly here because we're going to cover this later. This is going to be in the next section of material we cover. But for instance, I just did a Google search on senior citizens who run. Look at this. There's a posemethod.com, seniorrunner.com, justfitnesshub.com, silversneakers.com, sciencedaily.com. All these guys are carrying articles. Below that, there's one from a senior citizens senior living facility. So hey, do you think maybe uh, senior citizens living places who have blogs, they want content to up their SEO so people can find them when they search? Would they want articles? You bet. Would they be willing to pay you for those articles? You bet. I can't tell you that all these websites here pay for articles. I don't know. I'm going to show you how to figure that out later on soon, okay? And what you need to do now, please, by the time we meet again, choose your niche, narrow down to your specialty, describe your audience, list at least 10 problems that plague that audience, and outline your article. And remember, in our outline, we're looking at in the intro, um, identify the problem, make it hurt, and tell them how you're going to solve that problem. And then in the body of your article, you're going to solve it. You're going to stick to one problem, and that's the way it'll work. And you'll see how all this fits together soon. But I'll give you a heads up on it. Basically, we need to start getting positioned as people who know what we're talking about in our chosen niche. Okay? That's it. See you soon.